how did you get into health?
It has always been part of my life.
They are doctors.
Okay, welcome to today's podcast. Welcome to Success Mindset Podcast. Today is gonna be amazing. We've been honored to have one amazing person to be on with us today, and we'll start by talking about health. And last week we talked about health, and we had some questions, so we decided to bring on board someone who is actually in the field. So we'll start with introducing our guest for today. She has been in the game for a while, and she's very amazing person. So I'll just let her introduce herself.
Well, thank you guys for having me. Thank you, Smith. My name is Princess Bombik. I am the founder and CEO of Juah Apparel, an exercise clothing brand. Well, we basically sell clothes, but with a purpose. And we are in the community promoting health and wellness at the same time selling quality attire for affordable price. Like you said, I've been in the health sector for a while. I've been for the past 6 years now. It's a lifestyle and a passion, and I get excited to talk about it. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. And my co-host here, Elijah.
Well, my name is Elijah, and good to see you guys again. And we are so grateful to have Juah here with us, Princess.
Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about a lot of things, but we want to make sure that you guys are getting a lot from this podcast today. So Juah, I'll start. Do you want me to call you Juah or Princess?
Juah is fun.
Juah, okay. So I'll start. How did you get into health?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, it has always been part of my lifestyle growing up. I mean, back home, you all see how we pretty much eat. We grow everything we eat. And I grew up with my grandmom, and she was a farmer. You know, she would grow her grains and her vegetables and all that. And I really didn't understand the impact of that until I came to the U.S. Started eating food here, seeing how my body were reacting to it. I decided to switch that and then implement more of the things that I learned growing up, and it improved my health. So since then, I've just, been into it.
Interesting.
Talking about things that they grow out, they grow in Ghana, like the crops and everything. Like in every backyard, there are like simple things like tomatoes, like, habanero and stuff. But here, I don't know if it's because of the land, but you can't even do that at your backyard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we did that like this past year. My wife actually did that, and I was really impressed.
That is fine.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, like, everything here, I feel like is processed.
True.
And some people feel like that is already made food just to make sure that they have more time on their hands. It's like everyone is busy. Do you think processed foods are healthy for our body or not?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Well, processed food obviously is not equal to natural food.
Yeah.
Like the food you grow naturally is packed with nutrient, very rich. With processed food, you have all these like chemicals that you put onto it. So consuming that and consuming natural food, I definitely would say organic healthy food is way better than processed food, and we should try to stay away from that a little bit. We are blessed back home, and that's great that your wife got to do that in your backyard here.
Yeah, in my backyard, and she actually grew okra.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, it was good. We actually had okra soup.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was really impressed that she has that kind of lifestyle that she wants to actually eat. Natural, like organic food that you mentioned.
Right.
So when you say back home, where are you from?
Liberia, West
Okay.
Africa.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I want Ira. Right?
Yeah, I had a Nigerian best
So
friend.
that.
Yeah. All right. So one question that I've been thinking about when it comes to health is, you said organic food is something that we need to try and include in our meals. Do you think the society that we live in influences the food that we get, and like the money, like our class also influence that?
Okay, good question. That's well, I'll trace that back to our community. When it comes to healthy eating or clean eating, we assume that it's too expensive. You know, we assume that it's too costly.
Yeah.
Especially in our minority community, we're like that's a lot of pressure. I don't think I can do it. Or we just assume that it's green leaves. You know, I don't have to eat this. It's too boring. But that's a lie. Honestly, that's a lie. But with our African, we don't want to give away our benku, you know, our jollof,
Yeah.
or cassava leaves to eat leaves. But the thing is, what we already have is unique, is healthy. You know, we just need to kind of like control our portion size or create ways to balance that. We can add more vegetables to the plates. You know, we can add more fruits and just kind of like make sure everything is balanced. Also, with cost wise, those things are very, very affordable. You will be surprised how much I spend on groceries at Smith's. You know, when I go to Smith's,
Fresh for everyone.
yeah, you know, you have groceries, and I'm walking out of there with like $50, and I have a bag for even Walmart. You know, so you just gotta be specific the type of ingredients you are looking for. You don't have to get everything in bulk. You can kind of have a variety, a little bit of everything, but just make sure you know that portion size is balanced, and you
Yeah.
are getting in your carbs, the right amount of protein, right amount of leaves, and so on. So it's very affordable. I don't want us thinking that, hey, healthy eating is expensive or
Okay.
boring. It's affordable.
That's good to know.
I mean, I agree with you. It's expensive to eat healthy sometimes, but like I'm saying this because the last time my coach was my fitness coach, you know, created a meal plan for me, and I think that time I was even still in school, and I spent close to $1,000 just to get the right thing.
No way.
And because you know Walmart, you don't find a lot of places that have organic food like Smith's and other stuff, so you have to spend a lot. Having said that, sometimes people feel like, okay, they watch this YouTube and stuff and they tell them, don't eat this or eat that, nothing will happen to you after just go to the gym. Do you feel people listen to social media more than their doctors? And my question is in twofold. And sometimes too, here in America, I'm putting that in quote because there are some people who feel like when the doctors are blunt with them, it means that those doctors are rude. Like, you know that, okay, certain causes to kidney stones are drinking soda, drinking this and that, and then they tell you to stay away from it and stuff, but still yet you see people going for the same thing. What insight do you have about that?
Let me think here. Well, from a medical, I was talking from a medical standpoint,
Yeah.
and then with the influencer approach. I know you mentioned that people tend to listen to a lot of people online, you
Yep.
know, because I would say, well, I guess because it's like accessible, you
Yeah.
know, it's easy for them to just go on YouTube and create healthy eating. Than to go up to the doctor's office and listen to the doctor. Sometimes it costs a lot.
Yeah.
From a medical standpoint, I will recommend provider trying to implement what influencers are doing. You know, get on social media more, do education. I prefer you listen to a health professional for
That's true.
know health advice than getting those advice from social media. Sometimes people will create a regimen, use that to lose weight, and then think that I'm an
Yeah.
expert now. Let me encourage others to do that. But mind you, what worked for you might not work for me.
you.
You know, so the right approach would be talking to your medical provider, whatever it is. If you want to start a health journey, make sure you talk to them about it. There are nutritionists out there, that kind of understand the risks associated with some meals, some programs, and that would be good for your health,
Okay.
See.
I hope that answers your question.
No,
Yeah,
that's good.
that's good.
I've seen some of your posts on Instagram, and you usually show like your meal prepping and stuff like that. How does it tie into your health?
Oh, so one of the main reasons why I like to show my things, I think I mentioned earlier that, healthy eating doesn't mean giving away your favorite thing you like.
Yeah.
I'm from Liberia, West Africa, and rice is our staple food. We eat rice every day,
Yeah.
and I love rice, And I came to realize that too much of it, was like kind of resulting into weight gain. I needed to kind of like control my portion size and all that. So I came up with this program for accountability, go out there, post what I eat, still encourage my people or my friends that, hey, I can still eat my rice, I can still eat my fufu, I can still eat my cassava leaves, but then make it healthy.
Yeah.
So I like to document that, and it's very accessible here, very affordable. So I've just been documenting that a lot.
Okay. I have one question. This podcast is about having a successful lifestyle. So all aspects of your life, we want to see what principles or things that you've put in place that has made you successful. Do you think the way you live your life has influenced like certain aspects of your life when it comes to health?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Health is really, really big for me. There are a lot of aspects of it. I have my spiritual health, physical health, financial health, and
You don't want like 0 in your bank account.
Right now we're talking billions.
No, not there yet, but I'm working towards that. Nice. But creating that like healthy mindset has really shaped me into this person that I am today. It all started back in college, studying like educational health is a thing too. I remember I was struggling with my classes, at the same time struggling keeping fit, at the same time struggling balancing relationship with family in and outside of the US. But as I learned how to become disciplined, I see growth and improvement in all aspects of my life. It all started with working out. I started waking up early in the morning to go to the gym. I'm like, okay, I'm going to dedicate 1 hour for exercise. When I do 1 hour for exercise, I feel so good. That motivates me to be like, oh, I have homework. Let me do my homework, and I'll go ahead and do my homework. I'm like, oh, okay, I can do this, So disciplinership was the first one. And then eventually everything started to fall into place.
That's really good insight.
So you have developed kind of like a routine and you've been very disciplined about it. So let's say I'm someone listening to you today and I am overwhelmed of starting a healthy journey. Like, what advice do you have for me? Do I have to go in all out, or do I have to take that baby steps?
Well, my first thing would be to kind of identify your why. Why are you wanting to start a healthy journey? For me, my why is that my health is my biggest asset. It is my wealth. Like, my body is everything that I have. Without it, I won't be able to do the life.
That's true.
Live the life that I want to live. So kind of like identifying your why, then that will set you straight. The next thing I would say would be, so you identify your why. Next thing, see the long-term aspect of it. That's something that helped me a lot. When I started my fitness journey, it was all about the physique. I wanted to look good. But then when I changed my mindset to the long-term impact of that, I was like, oh, okay. So I'm not doing this it's not just for today, you know, it's for future benefits. It's going to help, improve my health. Like we saw with COVID. How
people gained a lot of weight.
Absolutely. And we saw how
other people became depressed.
Right? Yeah. And then we saw the health impact of it, how the minority community were hit drastically by the virus. And due to pre-existing health conditions, lack of exercise was a key factor. Poor diet was a key factor. So understanding the impact that health, exercise, or nutrition have on health, and understanding the long-term impact of it would be a great thing to do. And the last thing I would say, if you are creating a plan, try to implement something that you like doing. If you like to run, just put it in, so that way it's not boring, it's not, so find your why, okay? Know that you're not doing it just for today. It's a long-term thing. And then just do stuff you love doing.
Okay.
Be 1 hour, 30 minutes.
Yeah, thank you so much, Princess. I think these are very good nuggets that we can all include into our lives. I think one thing that I will encourage everyone to do is think about your health and how it can affect all aspects of your life, just like Princess has demonstrated. This is real life. This is not like theory. But in the next episode, we'll be talking about how she transitioned from healthy lifestyle into an entrepreneurship business, and that will be in the next episode. So stick with us. This has been the Success Mindset podcast. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you.